Okay guys, here's my quick lesson on money and how to count it. Today we're just going to be doing coins of the same kind, so we're just going to concentrate on the coins, what they look like, and how much they're worth. So here we go. So this is the first coin we're talking about, and it's the penny. Most people are going to know what a penny is. It's the brownish looking coin. It is worth 1 cent. So a penny is worth 1 cent. It's made of copper, which is what makes it look brown. And then pennies are counted by ones. So if we pop to this next screen, we're just going to count some pennies. And it's not going to be too hard because we're just counting like normal counting, like ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pennies is equal to 4 cents. This little sign here that looks like a C with a line through it is the sign for cents. You could also just write out the word cents, C-E-N-T-S, cents. So here is our next group of pennies, and we're going to just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That shows us that we have 6 cents right now. And if you can see these, you can see that this is the back of the penny. It has a little building on it. This is the front of the penny. It has Abraham Lincoln on it. And on the back of the penny, it says 1 cent. Our final group of pennies down here have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 cents there. Our next coin is a nickel. So a nickel is worth 5 cents, as it says right up here. And it looks like this. It's silver. It's medium sized. And it's a little bit thicker than the other coins. So if you lay it on its side, it looks a little bit fatter. Nickels are counted by fives because they're worth 5 cents. So up here you can see the nickel, and this one shows the head over kind of to the side. This is a newer nickel, and you'll see in the next screen that there are older nickels that still have the same president, but that looks still a little bit different. So you can see on this one, the head's more in the middle and he's facing to one side. They're both nickels. One's just a newer version. So when we count a nickel, we count by fives. That's it, because they're worth 5 cents. So if we start here, we're just going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That equals 25 cents. There we go. Another way to do this would be to use your basic multiplication. And we know if we have 5 groups or 5 nickels that are each worth 5 cents, we would have 5 times 5, which would make 25. So our next group of nickels, we're going to count how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 nickels, which means we need to count by fives 6 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That makes 30 cents, which would be the same if we just did 6 nickels times 5. Would make 30 cents. Our next group has 4 nickels. We can see that pretty easily. So we can either say, okay, we know we have 4 nickels that are 5 cents each, so 4 groups of 5 cents, or 4 times 5 equals 20. Or if you really like to skip count, you could just go 5, 10, 15, 20. Down here we have our last group of nickels, so we're going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 nickels that are each worth 5 cents would be 10 groups of 5. So 10 times 5 would equal 50. And of course, you can just skip count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That makes 50 cents. So nickels, you're just counting by fives. You've been doing that since kindergarten. You will be great. Our next one is the dime, which is actually even easier because a dime is worth 10 cents. A dime is silver also, and it is the smallest of the silver coins. Dimes are counted by tens. So remarkably easy. We know how to count by tens already. So here is our screen, and you can see the dime is little. On the front it has a face like the others, and on the back it has, it kind of looks like trees. And then at the bottom it says 1 dime. So if you're ever really confused about which coin is which, you can just turn them over, and sometimes on the back it tells you which coin it is. The dime says 1 dime. So we're just going to count by tens. Easy. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60 cents. We could also say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 10 cents. 6 times 10 is 60. So here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we just skip counted by 10. No big deal. And we could do also 8 groups of 10 equals 80 cents. Now we have 5 dimes. So 5 groups of 10, or 5 times 10, equals 50 cents. Now, down here we have a great big group of dimes. So let's count them up. We're going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we have 14 dimes, and they're going to equal 140 cents because 14 times 10 would just be 140, correct? Well, when we do money, when we get to 100 cents, that is equal to $1. So that's going to change how we write this. So instead of writing 140 cents, we're going to write $1.40. So this means dollars. Your little decimal point is just like a period at the end of a sentence. But when you say it, you say and. So $1.40. Our last coin, which is probably one that you all know, is the quarter. It does actually say right on the front under this head, $quarter. So that means quarter. It's worth 25 cents. And it says $quarter on the bottom of the head. It's a big silver coin. There is one bigger than it, which is the $half, but we don't see it very much, and we're not going to talk about that one today. Quarters are counted by 25s because they're worth 25 cents. So if you know how to count by 25s to 100, you pretty much know how to count quarters. So down there at the bottom, you see it says 25, 50, 75, 100, which would be $1. So 25, 50, 75, $1. If you can remember that little rhythm, you'll have it. So we're going to skip over and we're going to count our quarters. So first of all, here's our first group. There's 4 of them. If we say 25, 50, 75, $1, we have $1. And you see we wrote it the way we wrote for once we get to 100 cents. 100 cents equals $1. So here's 1, and we had 0 cents left over, so $1. That's how you write $1. We also know that 4 quarters together just make $1. So if you ever see a group of 4, you know that's $1. So here on our next one, we have 25, 50, 75, $1. But now we have one more. So this is going to be $1 plus one more 25 cents. So $1 and 25 cents. So you see $1 and 25 cents. Now we have a big group of quarters, and if we apply what we just learned, that 4 quarters is equal to $1, we can see that we have 4 quarters right here and 4 quarters right here. That's going to be $1, $2. And we have 1 quarter left, which means 25 cents. So we actually have here, we have $2 and 25 cents. Our very last group of quarters, there's only 3, so we're not going to make it to $1 on this one. We have 25, 50, 75, so we have 75 cents. Here I'm showing you a different way to write your cents. So here we're doing it like the dollars way instead of having the little cent sign. But we're just saying here basically that we don't have any dollars, it's 0, and we have 75 cents. So you would just say this as 75 cents. You don't have to say the $0 and 75 cents. So next, these are pretty easy because dollar bills are easy to tell how much they're worth. They all look the same, like size-wise, but they have a 1 in the corner if they're worth 1, and a 5 if they're worth 5, and a 10 if they're worth 10, 20 if they're worth 20. So if we go to count that, we're just adding like normal addition. So 1 plus 1 is 2. We have $2, and then we have 2 quarters here. And our 2 quarters make 25.50. So that makes our amount $2.50. Down here on the bottom, we have a $5 bill and 2 $1 bills. So we would start at 5, count 6, 7, and now we have nickels. So these are all nickels down here. So we've got $7, and now we're going to count these by fives to find out what cents we have. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we have $7.25, and it would be written just like this, $7.25. So in your assignment for today, you are going to have groups of coins that you will need to count, and you will need to pick the right amount. For today, you will have coins all the same. So you'll be counting all pennies or all dimes or all quarters or all nickels. And I want you to focus on making sure you know which coin is which and how much they're worth. It might be helpful if you ask your mom or dad for an actual quarter or nickel or penny or dime so you can see what they look like in your hands and you can see the difference between them when you're holding them. Because when you use money, you need to know what you have so that you spend the right amount and people can't cheat you. So go to your assignment. There's about 16 questions there, and do your best. Ask your mom and dad if you can see some actual coins, and maybe that will help you recognize the ones on the screen as well. Do a good job, and then tomorrow we will do some mixed together coins, and we will learn how to count up to do those. I will see you then. Goodbye.